The living room, where the family meets to discuss issues, any issue which may be bothering one of the family members. That's what we do each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM with Ricardo Mitchell and DJ Aaron 868. We have casual conversations on serious topics, from sports to culture, mental health to economics, relationships to life lessons. Join us each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM. The Living Room, casual conversations on serious topics.
It is now 11 p.m. where I am and 6 p.m. where y'all are. And y'all are locked on to the True Nation station, WACK 90.1 FM, where we are
culture crazy.
First and foremost, let's kick this off as we always do, all right? Must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always
give thanks.
And secondly, we must say thank you to those that went before us, and we are not just talking about our ancestors, the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know, accept, reiterate, and they say it would be chest that Columbus lied. But also to our brother in music, Tony Prescott, where the P this week stands for
proper in it.
Sorry?
Proper. You know, I'm saying it's proper, man. It's not proper in it. No,
it's not. It's not. You know what the P this week stands for?
What the P this week stands for, mate?
Pet lag.
Oh, pet lag. All right, yeah, sounds proper in it.
Yeah, boy.
You wear my Newsy hat and thing, you know.
Hey, I was actually in that musical, you know.
You were in Newsies?
Yeah, when the press conquered did Newsies so much over years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't really have anything British to put on, so just
neither did I.
Yeah. I guess wait, Aaron, are you in the loo?
No, I'm not in the loo. I'm actually in the corner of my hotel room, like sitting around in the corner of my hotel room.
Okay.
Yes, I am actually in England. Would have just wrapped up a gig with Joshua. So before I go any further, I must say thank you to the Just In Carnival family for having us across here. Justin and Diane, they were very great hosts. We had a great performance on Saturday night. And we did some sightseeing. And if you would allow me, Ricardo, I would say, as a fan of football, I got to experience one of the most enjoyable moments of my football fanatic life. Last Thursday.
What was that?
I would have had the honor to go to the England-Wales game at Wembley Stadium.
All right.
So, you know how, I support Wrexham and Manchester United. At the church in the So, you know, Manchester United has played in many a FA Cup final. And seeing on TV the footage of teams or fans walking up Wembley Way to make their way into the stadium was always something I would admire through the television. But then to see it in reality and experience coming off the tube and walking down the tube, man.
The
tube, bro. And
yeah, bro. Yeah.
Right? And then walking up Wembley Way in all the theatrics and the fanfare and everything, then to get into the stadium to see some of the players that you know you marvel at each and every week on television. It put into perspective for me experiencing the things which you gawk over as a child. or as a young enthusiast of a sport. And in addition to that, I also got to experience, for the first time in my life, I went to a Lego store.
Oh,
And
we are.
we're not talking about a store that sells Lego, eh?
Yeah. You're talking at Lego outlet.
Lego outlet store.
Yeah.
Like those kind of things are things as a child that I would have dreamed about.
Yeah, I still dreaming about that, actually. Now that you put it in my head.
It is something that I had the honor to experience. And this is something I don't think I could ever take for granted. The opportunities that the culture of Trinidad and Tobago is now exposing me to. And I do hope that those of you the young persons out there who aspire to be DJs or artists or artisans, because there's a difference between a performing artist and then somebody who does paintings and things like that, that you see that this is a viable means, that you can explore the world, you can travel to show your talent to persons once you work hard to do it. So in other words, those who might see the videos and see the posts and things like that and be like, way, boy, that person really lucky, just know that that person who is experiencing that worked hard to experience it.
Yeah, I'm glad for you, man. You had good seats?
Brother man, it doesn't matter what seats you had when you go there, boy. But in reality, 76,000 people were in the stadium on that day.
Right. Nice. Nice. Okay, so the small thing then, small crowd.
Yeah, small crowd because the stadium could hold like 80-something thousand.
Right.
But I think the seats were what we in Trinidad we would like to call nosebleeds or whatever you'd call it.
Oh, no,
But even the nosebleeds had a good view.
Right.
Because of how they build their infrastructure there. So I know that Trinidad is playing Curacao in a little bit. I think that game starts at 7 p.m. Trinidad time. Yeah, no.
We didn't play Curacao. We didn't play Curacao the other night?
Right, no, we played Bermuda the other night and won
Bermuda.
0. Yeah,
Oh no, we
but-
played Curacao a couple of weeks ago. Right.
Yeah, and we drew 0-0 with them. So now we're going to Curacao and they are on top of the group. They actually beat Jamaica last week, Friday.
Serious?
Yeah, so if we could pull a rabbit out a hat and defeat Curacao, that would actually take us level on points with them on 7,
Well, look at you.
which would put us in good stead for the remaining 2 World Cup qualifiers, which take place in the November international break. And maybe Trinidad could make it to the World Cup. The overpriced ticket World Cup, I will say. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll watch that on TV, yes, because
Me, Cardo, I call it. We eating curry and watching football. And in the last tidbit of sports before we get into any more serious discussions and to find out what table Cardo went to this weekend, West Indies would have taken India to a 5th day in a story. Which is here. I know we lost, but it is still a feat of its own to know that we took them to a 5th day. Because John,
a marked improvement.
correct is right, because the first improvement was we made them bat a second time. Well, I guess that improvement come because we followed on. We take it instead. We take it right.
But you know what we did? We put up two reasonable scores.
Yeah, so to the West Indies, I'm not saying that we turn in a corner because I think the shape that the West Indies represents right now is American, which is a shape with a million sides. Right. Of corners we have turned, but all we continue to ask for in all our national sports is continuous progress. Let's do better than the last time.
You asking for continuous progress? I want effort. That is all. I could understand if you're not making progress, but you're trying. You feel me?
Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that as well.
Yeah. So, let them take a little bit of what you say and a little bit of what I say, and we'll be all right. Proper. In it. Roadman, boy.
What?
No?
No, brother man. Fun factor. Fun fact in all of this. And I must say a special good evening going out to Mary and the entire crew which I met on Saturday who are avid WAC listeners all the way across here in London. One thing in all of this.
That nobody asked for me.
Nobody asked for you.
All right, well then.
They just said the other fella.
Wait, again there.
Right? But they did remember Marcus very well.
Yeah. As in Marcus. Pan Marcus?
Yeah, they remember Marcus very well. But other than that, you know what persons thought that had me laughing a lot? They thought I was tall.
Yeah, I start smiling because I figured that's what it would have been.
Yeah, a lot of people thought I was tall.
It's because you're a man of great stature, Aaron.
Thank you.
And it's good editing.
I just sit up, I just
Oh yeah, that's you know what we should really cut it closer to make it look anyway, yeah, don't worry yourself, man.
No, well, I see my bus on the ground, so you know what, man, just raise it.
But hey, listen, I don't know if people understand how much you're going through to record this episode, So you are on the floor of a hotel room in England.
In North London, yeah.
North London. But you're back against the loo door.
No, this is not the loo door. This is the adjoining door between the two rooms.
Alright, so that's Joshua on the next side there?
No, this is somebody I don't know on the next side, I think.
Alright, cool. Hey, Night Young, no can't see what. Anyway, you know what about it? Let's move on. So how was I mean your is Calypso History Month, right?
Actually, for England, it is Black History Month.
Okay. Alright, so is that the conditions under which you want to cross?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I did not know that October was the UK Black History Month.
I did not know that either.
That's pretty dope to say. Yeah, I know that's the American Black History Month. Yeah. Hey, good stuff, man. Yeah, big up Joshua. Alright, so let's traveling and representing red, white, and black and WAC and culture on the whole. Yeah, that's good, man.
So I know that even though I haven't been there, a lot has been taking place. And let me talk about the lighter thing first before we reach to anything else.
Yeah.
Last week you would have had two guests, one of which is on the other side of the world.
That's right. Miguel is in South Korea.
Right, Seoul, South Korea. And the other guest would have had his show on yesterday's eve.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Sunday evening, went to Naparima Bowl at my table. Fantastic, top-notch performances. Trinidad and Tobago has talent, and because Kevin is also a vocal coach and a theatre-trained performer as well, his song selection and the demands he made of the musicians, it resulted in an excellent show. Top quality stuff, and in fact I'm looking at ways in which to continue the project off stage, so we'll see how that goes. But Trinidad have some gems, bro. Wow, Sinteki Bishop, oh Lord have mercy, that child could sing. There's Rose was fantastic. She her style, she reminds me of Angie Stone. And then there's Patrice Richardson, who is a soulful crooner. I mean, fantastic stuff, man. Oh my gosh, there's one other young lady. She opened. Candace Caton Eiffel, gospel singer. Oh, listen, her performance was so good. I actually, in the middle of the thing, I'm writing down the names of what I presume are the names of her songs, so that I could look for her music afterwards. EFX the band is, fortunate fellas, top tier, top tier, them posh. Right, and I brought out a saxophonist as well. It's Jesse. Yeah, this youth man fit right in that space. And Naprima Bowl show off. Like all the staff, they get to play. So they did things with the bowl that I had not seen before. And you know, Aaron, that I love the cultural shows, I love the live music. So it's not like I haven't been to plays and events and that type of thing in Naprima Bowl, but they show off with the lighting and the sound, and it was amazing.
They take care of one of the owner now.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Loved it. Met one or two good connections too. People that I look forward to interviewing in the living room. There was Green Bartender, right? This man, he grows his own. That's Devon, someone else I think. He grows his own ingredients for his drinks.
All the garnishes.
Yeah, right. So fresh mint and that type of thing, and the fresh ingredients make a huge difference.
Also,
in your drink.
You had an non-alcoholic mojito that?
Well, of course. He made a drink specifically for the event called an open heart, because it's about the mental health and the expression, and it was real top notch, and had blue pea. I think it's blue pea butterfly. The blue, yeah, I think it's a blue pea butterfly type of flower. Yeah, which is good for anxiety and that kind of thing. It was real good. I enjoyed it. I sang along. I rocked out at times. The renditions are amazing, and I look forward to the next iteration of At My Table. In terms of culture as well, I saw somebody trainee posted that Kevin Sawyer had a sold-out show.
Sunday night as well, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's somebody else had done something else over the weekend. But, it's good to know that culture is representing itself in its various expressions. And people trying to fashion spaces for the things that they're doing. So, kudos.
And as you alluded to earlier, it is also Calypso History Month in Trinidad and Tobago. So we had a look to see if we could get Brethren Heart Lion, Arias Commander, Steve Pascal, whatever name you may know him by, to see if we could get him to come in to talk to us about Calypso and what's on the agenda. Because for those who live under a rock, Calypso Fiesta is going to be a very interesting one next year.
We'll see. We'll see. If you're insinuating, or to think you're insinuating, we'll have to see where somebody chips lie, because budgetary yesterday, and I think more people will be pleased than displeased. Even some of the people who might have been hoping to be displeased. There's some questions to be answered.
I'm not going to say that. Though I have a sliver of hope about it, I am also a bit wary about it, because I look to see what fiscal measures will be put in place to ensure that some of these things, one, materialize, or two, stay within the cost structure. Right. And I also, as I ask every year, I want to know what % of each allocation is going to be recurrent expenditure and personal expenditure, and then the other percentage to put towards research and development. I would love to know those things.
He's a bright fella, He's a bright friend. But there was something I wanted to ask you about. There was a term that I saw not several times. There was a term that I saw, some transfer pricing, something, or transfer
policies, transfer policies within the budget.
Yeah. See if I could find the.
Get in context, some, and then let me see if I could.
As I'm swiping through stuff here, let me just call out some of the stuff that I found here on CCN TV6's Facebook page. So some of the allocations are education and training, 8.766 billion. Health, 8.2. National security, 6.36. Public utilities.
Time out. Remember, we talked about this before. Is this national security allocation geared towards homeland security and defense, Or is it that they are going to be split in two?
I'm not certain, sir. I'm not certain. I'm just representing the information as I've discovered it here. Public utilities is 2.395 billion, infrastructure 1.943 billion, rural and local government 1.8, transport 1.84. Hey, whoever do this, interestingly, to put, I thought it was in decreasing numerical order, but I actually put 1.807 over 1.84. And nitpicking. I'm sorry, I get it. Yeah, agriculture is 1.13 billion, housing is 0.662.
Just now, what?
Yeah. Agriculture is 1.13 billion and housing is 0.662.
I await.
I do.
I await to see what the ministerial allocations are gonna be. In terms of how each ministry is gonna apportion its allotment.
But there are some fun things, man. And you can help me here because you're a guy, you about the numbers and the finance and things. So there's an unemployment fund, right? Quote unquote. To this end, I have established an employment fund in the Ministry of Finance with 475 million, which will be utilized together with the 310 million in the unemployment fund for job creation. So there's talk that URP and CPEP as they exist are defunct programs, and that there's going to be an unemployment fund designed for job creation.
And I think from what I saw to that is that they are no longer going to be temporary positions in terms of 10 days and them kind of thing is going to be permanent employment. For me personally, I welcome something like that. I just want to ensure that just like how person said that the previous iterations were political tools, I hope that this new iteration, whatever it may be or be called, is not a political tool as well.
I think, Aaron, I have no problem with something being a political tool if it works. Because what you really want as a tool is something that gets a job done.
And that I understand, but why I say I hope it's not a tool is the main reason for that. Wow. I'm going to take it to the corner a little bit more then.
Yeah, take it to the corner. What is called a corner in England?
A corner.
All right, cool. Cool. Cool.
Right?
Like a whole other language.
Right here now, English is so diverse. What my thing is with it is it should, and I need to choose my words carefully here.
You should.
Whatever the iteration or this version of it is going to be, I just want it to be one functional and working. Right? And the second point is I don't want it to be that should government change, then all the people who there get sent home to bring in an expert.
To bring back in a different, right?
And that is my main thing here.
One of the things I like about the idea of creating more sustainable employment is because one of the challenges we had with NIS was that there was a diminishing number of contributors because people was on contract, right? So if we start establishing more permanent employment or at least longer term employment, well then, we have a chance to, tax and replenish accordingly, hopefully.
But what I also saw as they brought up NIS, and one of my peeves with the NIS system is that self-employed people are not allowed to contribute towards the fund. Was that addressed within this proposal?
I can't say myself, to be honest with you. Right? This is superficial reporting.
Yeah,
as I leave, it's just representing information.
And again, that's what I'm saying. So we wait for the actual debate to start when the nitty-gritty of everything will come out. And I implore persons, don't depend on social media sources. However you choose to spell source for your information.
Oh, I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah, don't depend on on the source, however you choose to spell it, for the information surrounding the budget. The Parliament channel it though very entertaining, it's very informative. So go and take in the debate. If you want some reading, Google the PwC Trinidad and Tobago Budget Insight for 2025. That's PricewaterhouseCoopers. They put out their budget publication already. It was up at midnight on Monday night while in England. So that was about 7 o'clock Trinidad time.
In time for news, man.
In time for news. So that was up. There are many budget debates. I think CNC3 was advertising their post-budget panel long before the budget date was announced.
Before the date was announced, right.
Right. So go and look at these things and listen to the discourse and come to your own conclusions. Don't copy and paste people's conclusion and take it as your own.
Especially ours.
Just like how some people just copy and paste ChatGPT results and use it on papers.
Let's stay note on that.
I mean, when I say papers, I mean like there are persons within schools and you have to...
I mean academic papers.
Yeah, academic papers, yeah. There are persons in schools that use ChatGPT as a resource for research and just copy and paste it and put it in the schoolwork.
Right.
But again, this is the generation that we live in and we have to accept that the information is readily available. But what I think a lot of us are losing, just as I pinpointed with the budget debates and getting their own information, a lot of us are losing the gift of gauging our own responses and gauging our own positions on things. We depend solely on sources which sometimes are not reliable.
You know, I don't want to throw man this thing. I don't want to go after a distraction. I don't want to like lash on to this point which, you know, takes us away from the conversation at hand. But Aaron, at what point, you say a lot of us don't. There was never a majority of the populace that would come to their own conclusion.
That's a sad reality as well.
It's a sad reality that the majority of the population historically has never come to their own conclusions. Right? They lend their support to publicized ideas. And
right.
I mean, I guess that's just the way society functions, right? The people who present the ideas either get support or opposition, but the vast majority of people sadly don't come up with their own ideas anyway, which is why schools of philosophy existed. There were people who dedicate the time to thinking. So I hear you, but it's kind of like, well, there's a bit of a utopian expectation you have there, sir.
Yeah, and also, well, we need to accept that persons look to subject matter experts for opinions to latch onto. But then again, subject matter experts can also be used interchangeably with social media experts.
People don't necessarily look for experts, Aaron.
They look
for position.
They look for the loudest voice in the room as well.
It's about the platform, right? It's about the soapbox you stand on. So you don't have to be an expert. You could literally trumpet other people's messages, and that's enough for some people. You are not a voice. You're not even an expert. You're just propagating other people's postulations, and you establish a platform. So even the sense of what we consider to be our ideologies, a lot of the times we don't know what they are. We lend our agreement to a lot of the times to other people's ideas, which is why when somebody has an original idea, it is usually met with resistance and ridicule.
Directors, right? And the thing is, we also have to be able to be strong in our ideas. So, and let me give an example here. You all know how much I have been, and I'll go with the same example I used earlier. Every time there's a budget in Trinidad and Tobago, around this time, I ask the same question.
Why people go into the gas station?
Well, just now, I'll get into that. But how much of it is recurrent expenditure and personal expenditure? Because as a country, you cannot advance if all you do is recur the same expenses.
Yeah,
and
80%. Yeah, 80% of the money that you're spending. Yeah,
right?
is in literally maintaining the current status quo.
Exactly. So that's why for me, I am strong in that opinion. I want to know how are we advancing? How are we investing in research and development? How are we gonna get to the point where here we're going on? There are designated bus lanes in Trinidad and Tobago. Public transport is now a viable means that persons could leave the cars home and get to Port of Spain every day, or whatever it may be. Like, what is the investment that we are making? And then the second part is, how much times have we said that our national watchwords of Trinidad and Tobago are discipline, tolerance, production, subsidies, and here for the comment.
Here for the comments.
The gas prices wasn't decreased by $1, you know. The subsidy was increased by $1.
All right, so 868 and 44. Help me here with some maths, right?
Yeah.
You see, I think it's 11% of the budget is coming from oil and gas, and 40 something. How many 11%? 11 billion and 44 billion or something like that. It's from other sources. Where are we getting it? Where this money coming from?
But that thing, I have so many questions.
Because the number that was floating around was that it was going to be a 9 billion budget, deficit budget, and it turns out it's only like 4.
3.65, I think it is, to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what is making up the revenue. What price did they base oil on? Let me see if I could find it in the PwC document.
While you're doing that, let me read out what I have here in terms of other goodies. Right. I'm seeing, of course, there's going to be some more construction. They reduce pricing on construction items. There's a homeowner's grant. Right, first time homeowner grants. They're going to have low interest loans for young families and revive the Land for the Landless program. They've firmed the 10% to start negotiations for a 10% wage increase for periods 2014 to 16 and 2017 to 19. Right. I'm also seeing health insurance for retirees as one of the things that they're looking at. There's a request for proposal there. There's improved education for children with disabilities. Right? Special needs students, quote unquote, now receive dedicated exam concessions. 13 partner schools have been strengthened with $11 million in support. And with UNICEF, we launched universal screening for children aged 4 to 6 to detect learning challenges early. Can't be mad at that though. Cannot be mad at early screening. There's the accident fund, which was first approved in 2015. Right, which will provide relief to victims of uninsured drivers. Right, you can't argue with that either, because there are people who've done damage, and when you check the battle cry, they're uninsured. So who financially responsible for, compensating victims and that type of thing? So you can't argue with that. UWI database to be operationalized for law, forensics, IT, and AI training. So, which is why when you see the money allocated to education, it's not just education, it's education and training, right? And now we're going to have a compound, right, for law, forensics, IT, and AI training. And apparently they've dedicated resources to training teachers in the use of AI. Right? So these are the types of things that you're hearing, and you can't be mad at stuff like this. The question that we've been asking is how. Digital ID for online business. Every citizen will soon receive a secure digital ID for single login access to government portals, allowing taxes, licenses, and business registrations to be completed online in minutes. I believe that's pretty much an advancement of some of the things that have been going on already. Right. Case in point, when you register at CROS,
Your crux system.
yeah, this is along the lines of the things that have been happening already. Oh yeah, they say non-oil revenue is 43.4 billion. All right. Oh, okay, cool. There's a crackdown on littering with Sargassum and coastal cleanup efforts with support from Japan and the UN, that type of thing. Can't be mad at that. We're big advocates for not littering. Hospital improvements. San Fernando Hospital will add a new catheterization lab. The Port of Spain General Hospital Central Block will be operational by March 2026, and the San Grande Hospital commissioned in this fiscal year. Seeing, liquor and cigarettes going up, expected.
Is it localized ones or foreign ones?
I can't tell you.
Well, you don't use either, so.
Yeah, I thank God. Thank you, Jesus. I don't deal up in either of those spaces again. Listen, God is good. But there's, at the end of the day, I think a lot of people are expecting a doom and gloom budget.
I did not expect a doom and gloom budget, to be very honest.
What did you expect, Mr. Williams?
I expected one full of, I don't want to say goodies, but I expected one full of things that would have appeased or eased some public discomfort.
Yeah, for the last couple of months you've been hearing, well, if everybody winning, why so many people going home?
Yeah. So
hey, vehicles. The I think they raise the age of these.
Nah. Don't hit me that
Well,
one.
hear me. To put them car away.
No, because my thing is, the lower the year on the age on the vehicle, the better chance you get a quality vehicle. Increasing the age on the import vehicle, you could get, nobody gonna bring in an old derelict vehicle. But how much more years it go and get on it, one. And then two, why did you find the roads congested enough? Why are we and then after article came on last week that we spent $44 million on importing vehicles from Korea. In a country that we crunch for US, we still going to increase the age to bring vehicles in. It not that much and maxing for more.
There's also, if we're not mistaken, the removal of that is re-updated. Hello?
Dave, where Dave come from?
No, I was scrolling through social here and one of them autoplay videos now. Private pensions going to be exempted from income tax. Importation of foreign used vehicles, removal of VAT on certain food items.
Salt, coconut water.
Yeah, more beyond thing. Tax concessions for animal shelters. Right? So companies that make donations to registered animal shelters approved by the Minister of...
Oh my God, claim.
I don't know. I just going through the clip notes here.
Again, I'm thankful for these kind of things, but we already get so many tax concessions here.
Job by job, that's full bucket, man. There's a women's health fund.
Yeah.
Right? The government will provide a seed capital of primarily. Yeah, all for that. All for it.
Yeah, I love that one.
I mean, it doesn't...
It has some things to be thankful for, but again, the question remains. What is that non-oil revenue?
For the
Yeah. No, I mean what. When I say what, I'm not talking about the about here. And about but why is it?
What is the genesis of it?
Yeah. What price is it? What are the fiscal measures in place? And also, what price they based oil on? Because I think I read somewhere today on Bloomberg that they were projecting oil prices to be $50 per barrel for fiscal 2026.
Hey, do me a favor, just turn off and turn on your camera again there, because the way the screen freeze, it looking like it really looking like you're in the loop. Yeah, talk to me there.
I am not.
Alright, cool. I'm leaving it just to let people watch your face for a while and wonder what do they run. But it's an interesting budget. I want to see how how it's executed.
I look forward to the debate. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I hope that the debate is not as boisterous as another debate which took place last week Friday.
I'm not touching that. I'm staying all the way out of it.
I notice what I said. I just hope I'm not like that.
It turns out that I am not as good as expressing displeasure apathetically. So I leak loathing. So when things like that, there will be a time to talk about things like that. No, another time, Mike.
No,
I see out of that.
Notice my choice of words.
Hey, in terms of geopolitics, they sign a ceasefire and a peace treaty and release hostages. So hopefully there'll be some peace and restoration in the Middle Eastern conflict.
It happened?
Yeah, hostages are already home. Yeah.
Nice.
The living hostages home, and it's just the bodies of those who did not survive the ordeal. Let's see, I've seen liquor going up. Electricity surcharge will take the form of a fixed bill level charge of 5 cents per kilowatt for commercial customers and industrial customers. Yeah. Surcharge for landlords. Yeah, because they say they have a lot of unregistered landlords. So
what about rent regularization?
let me keep scrolling.
No, and some may think that I am being a bit of I'm asking too many questions.
I found that for sure.
But why I asked the thing about rent regularization is because a 1-bedroom apartment in San Fernando and a 1-bedroom apartment in Port of Spain is chalk and cheese.
Yeah, but let's be real, a 1-bedroom apartment in Rio Claro, Pinal is not a 1-bedroom apartment in San Fernando either.
And I was just using the two distinct cities in Trinidad and Tobago, because that a 1-bedroom apartment in Point is also different.
But so, they are very different cities in terms of what the layout, the things available to you. Let me put it this way. If you had to do business, right? You have to do business that requires you to hit 10 different organizations/institutions. And you had a choice between getting an apartment in San Fernando or one in Port of Spain while you navigated those 10 different transactions. Which one are you taking? The one in Port of Spain. You're taking no. The one in Port of Spain. You know why? Because we still have not decentralized.
Clearly, your name is Iran now.
Well, I find Iran on US time, right? Iran on US time.
UK.
Yeah, US or UK time.
I can't wait to come back home.
Yeah. Well, by the way, as you asked earlier, our oil price assumption for 2026 will be US $73.25 per barrel, compared with US 77 per barrel in 2025. So they actually use a lower oil price, and our natural gas price assumption will be $4.25 per MMBTU compared with $3.59 in 2025. So we base this budget on a lower oil price and a higher gas price.
Just now. What is the price now? Natural gas is $3.01.
Electronic health records will unify.
What's that? No, wait. Was it where we based the gas prices on?
I already scrolled past that, baby. Our natural gas price assumption will be $4.25 US per MMBTU.
You know, the last time gas prices was at 4 something was in March of this year.
I hear you. And believe it or not, we are more of a gas economy than an oil one.
Right? Yeah, I know that, but I just again questioning the same principle we're asking.
Hey, they say $4.25, brother, man. I know maybe they're
425 it is. They
425.
foreseeing
It's 6
something that-
8 in the 4 right? Maths are the maths here.
I'm not going to say they probably seeing something that I am not, because I am not a technocrat in the Ministry of Finance.
Yeah.
I have to, no, I don't want to be. I have to trust. I have to have trust that those who are in the positions have done their research to put forward the best presentation that they could have.
67 new vehicles at a cost of 23 million. And additional transit units have expanded patrol reach. New police vehicles.
67 vehicles, so how much?
23 million.
67.
No, we don't know what these vehicles going to be. Right? It might be mass transport vehicles, those types of things. Again, it's specialized. It's specialized equipment. It's not like it's Aqua Note and thing. No disrespect to Aquas and Notes. We will expand courtrooms in Shogona, Rio Claro, San Grande, and Diego Martin, and enshrine a constitutional right to a timely trial. Can't be mad at that.
Yeah, I like that one.
Again, I just want to see the execution, you know. I just want to see the execution. Tourism boost. Oh, here this one. Here on. Foreign currency loans for SMEs. The Exim Bank will return to its proper mandate of supporting exporters through foreign currency loans. For the first year, repayments will be made in TT dollars, then in the currency of the loan. Transparent eligibility criteria and public reporting will ensure fairness, especially for SMEs, small and medium enterprises. So, I mean, getting a foreign loan and being able to pay back in TT for the first year, I ain't too mad at that, you know.
Neither me, but where we getting the foreign from, though?
Exim handling it, dog. Sorry, bruv.
Again, I don't want to seem like I'm being pessimistic, but just
Hear this part, right? Mr. Speaker, we made the strategic decision to cancel the WASA transformation plan, thereby preserving 3,700 jobs and redirecting $30 million in savings to critical services. $250 million will expand rural electrification and grid upgrades, installing 8,000 LED streetlights to improve safety and reduce costs. Hospital improvements, Churn Hospital to open, A&R Robinson Airport to open, 7 bridge projects, $1 billion in road improvements, including overpass at the Churchill Roosevelt and Southern Main Road Junction, Macoya Interchange, upgrades on the Saddle Road, Ryson Road, Butler and South Trunk highways. Major highways include Churchill Roosevelt Highway extension of Manzanilla, Valencia Toco Road, Solomon Hotra extension of Point Fortin. 93 projects will repair landslides, bridges and rural roads, including the rehabilitation of the Naparima Mayara Road. Tackling flooding, UAE and TT. Moving on. Strengthen U.S. ties. Government review VAT regime. Regime or regiment? Anyway, staying out of that. But yeah, collective agreements. I'm just saying, there's a lot. There's a lot. It's really a sort of a goodies bag. It's really just to make sure that this goodie bag is not stale popcorn and sweetbread with ants and soggy dinner mints. For the listeners, Aaron is nodding in agreement and perhaps some consternation. Consternation and not constipation. He is not in the loop. Consternation.
It's a curtain, I just land on.
It's like, hey, listen, I don't know. I've never used a UK bathroom.
By the window.
That's a bed there?
Yes. And a hotel room, we expect.
Hey, listen, I don't know, Aaron. I don't know. And it's not a good. I'm gonna behave myself. Because you know why? We are perilously close.
It's not a what?
No, I was gonna mention dual coconut tree type establishment now.
Brother man, I don't know if they have those things here.
Yeah. I don't. It's not a 1-star. It's not a 1-star you're staying in.
I think it's a 3 or 4 star.
All right, cool. So they're not charging by the hour, no, them kind of thing.
No, they charge by the day here.
All right, cool. By the day or by the night?
Same difference.
Noted. Anyway, so as I said, it is perilously close to the hour of 7 p.m. Mr. Desmond is up next and already in the building, if I'm not mistaken.
He come back already?
I mean, come back. Listen, Aaron, I don't know, Apparently whack paying nice people flying all over the place. He in the country, not in the country.
No, I think he was in Miami.
This weekend was Miami Carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll explain a lot.
Yeah.
I'll explain.
He can't caption.
Okay, well then.
The 3 Musketeers.
Well, I'm in the event that he is back, I'm gonna put up his flyer. And in the event that he is not, well then we still
There's some free advertising.
Yeah, because that's how we just roll in the living room with the support. Right. Speaking of support, Magella, all the best in South Korea.
Yeah,
right?
Mrs.
Mrs. Woman of the Universe, Her Majesty.
Yes, there's one thing. Let me turn so you'll see the window so you will know that I'm not in it.
That is not a. I don't know how it does roll in the UK. But yeah.
That's the next thing. I'll tell you about that after. But
Let's see who's the other lady shoot.
there's one other thing that I want to bring up that we need to remember.
In this episode?
Yeah. And it's real short.
Because we're on like 58 minutes, you know.
Yeah, something real short. You know what we need to remember?
What's that?
Littering is something we can't avoid. Don't use styrofoam and keep a clean scene.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're having them sweets and thing, because we know that Trinidad and Tobago will be celebrating Diwali. Kurma in a bag addressed to Aaron 868. I will make sure Ricardo gets his due share.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and that's
And one other thing that I forgot I was supposed to say at the start, I want to say a special giving going out to my Trini shop out there in London.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'll send you the picture because I don't want to post it. But
It's at the roadie.
yeah,
Yeah.
there is like a walking poster for Trinidad out here.
Nice.
Anything that you think Trinidad, you're getting there.
So chocolate digester one thing.
Brother man, I had a Cocoa Crisp.
Zumas.
Zuma's, Bigfoot, everything. However,
Nice.
in closing, my last contribution, Kiss Confectionery. How come you UK getting goodie with 2 in the pack? What going on?
Twinkies.
Yeah, but we don't like Twinkies home.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is the packaging. If it's a competitor with Twinkies, you gotta package it.
No, they understand that, but what happened? Let we eat nice home too, now?
I thought you some eating kiss cake.
With the pink icing.
I hope the SO understand what is going on. They going outside there and they start to eat kiss cake again. All right.
I did not eat the kiss cake. I did not.
Everything was right there for a little sort.
Oh, however, the Maltesers. I'm done with that one. I done. Alright. So next week I'll be back in Trinidad. So remember, drop off the kurma. Ricardo will get from my share. If even is more,
Weird.
again.
Not taking that. Okay. Well, guys, this is Ricardo Mitchell, the social stage on the global stage. Thank you for joining us in the living room. Remember, guys, our glass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains, so whatever you're doing, be good, stay safe. And if you're flying, fly safe. Special all the best and good luck to Mrs. Woman of the Universe, Trinidad and Tobago 2025, Miss Miguela Simon, Mrs. Woman of the Universe Caribbean, Candice picked on Friday, and Miss Woman of the Universe Caribbean, Aliana Sipasad.
Nice. And this is yours through the Aaron 868. I remind each and every time that culture is my code. And I also tell you that love is a currency, so spend some today. Let somebody know you love them, guys. I am out and I'll be back home. I hope jet lag doesn't deal with me, so I hope I could make it on Friday. I really hope so, because the jet lag been dealing with me. Word a word. Alright, so keep it locked to the True Nation station, WACK 90.1 FM. We are out. Mr. Desmond, if he is in the country, is up next with the big band.
Up, she closed to leave because John was down and out. All alone he was left to grieve. She had an ex-man in South. She said openly, I really love you, Johnny, but you ain't have no money. So what will my future be even though you love me? We can't love without money. We can't make love on hungry belly. Johnny, you'll be the only one I am dreaming of. You're my turtle dove, but no money, no love. Bam, 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 bam. Whoa, 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 mama. Yeah, 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 yeah. Find some money, Johnny. If you hear how we plead with she to get you to understand, listen, mister, she tell Johnny, let go me blasted hand and make up your mind. We got to break up this lime. She said poverty is a crime. You got no money, still you're tangling me all the blinking time. We can't love without money. We can't love on hungry belly. Johnny, you'll be the only one I am dreaming of. You're my turtle dove, but no money, no love. Gentlemen, let me tell you plain, she say I don't want to make a scene, but if you only touch me again, the police will intervene. You ain't got a cent, I couldn't even pay me rent. I had to give up my apartment. You give me nothing to eat, now you want me to sleep on the pavement. We can't love without money. No, we can't make love on hungry belly. Johnny, you'll be the only one I am dreaming of. You're my turtle dove, but no money, no love. Johnny nearly killed she with blows. Poor Ivy ball like a cow. Rip off she wig and it tear down she clothes. The South man I want she know. Oh Lord, what a fight. They roll until broad daylight. Charlotte Street was hot that night. She get some good lick, but she let go some kick and some bite. Singing, we can't love without money. We can't make love on hungry belly. Johnny, you'll be the only one I am dreaming of. You're my turtle dove, but no money, no love. Yeah, mama.